Hey, what's going on, guys? Jay here from EasyBladeShavingProducts.com, and today we're going to give you our top 5 tips on how to get better at fading hair. Let's get into it. Okay, guys, so the fade haircut is the most important, undoubtedly the most important haircut in barber history. Why? Because you do taper fades, you do skin fades, you do one fades, so it's the most important haircut and the most scariest haircut when you're first starting to learn how to cut hair. Everybody's scared to start that fade, and nobody wants to leave lines in anybody's heads. Nobody wants to mess up a fade. Nobody wants another barber going over their work, trying to fix a fade. You know, anybody can learn how to do a Caesar, a lineup, and these other type of haircuts, but fading, it's serious. Okay, guys, tip number 1 is to have a plan. Always have a plan when you're fading hair. Don't just jump all over the place. Have a plan. Know where you're going next. Very important. So if you're starting out with your skin line, do your skin line, go all the way around the head. Then next, do your one bar, go all the way around the head, or however you want to structure your haircut. But there's tons of tutorials on our channel with tons of barbers that are teaching you how to fade hair. So go on there and learn how to fade hair. See what their plan was. I've also done fades on the channel as well. So check out what my plan usually is. And just follow a plan, whatever plan you're comfortable with, but you have to follow a plan. You don't want to be all over the place when you're fading hair, because then you're going to get lost and the haircut is going to look sloppy, and you don't want that. Tip number 2, all hair is different, guys. All right. All hair textures are different. Just because certain clips and tricks work with some people's hair, it's not going to work with everybody's hair. Some people have coarse hair, some people have straight hair, some people have thick hair, some people have just all types of hair, guys. So you got to know what you're doing. So learn every type of hair, okay? So be careful when you're initially starting a haircut. You don't want to use a clip that you would use with somebody with coarse hair on somebody with thinner hair, because that when you got thinner hair, a lot more hair is going to come off when you're using a lower clip. When you have coarse hair, you might have to use a lower clip to basically take off, more hair. So just be careful, learn different textures and different types of hair. Be careful. Start with a bigger clip if you're cutting thin hair. Start with a bigger clip to make sure that you're not taking too much off, because clients will come in the chair and say, give me a number 1. They don't know what they're talking about, so you start off with a number 3 or number 4. Make sure that you start off slow. Tip number 3, stick to the same clippers. Now, I know we're on Instagram nowadays and Facebooks, and you see everybody using 10 pairs of clippers in their pictures. When I first started out as a barber 20 years ago, I only had 2 pairs of clippers I would work with. I would use an Andis Master and I would use a T-outline, and I would stick with that. Because the issue is when you start to jump around to different clippers, all clippers cut different. You don't want to, jump around to a clipper that's, that you're not used to. So get used to one first, and as you graduate and start to gradually get better at cutting hair, then you can start messing with other clippers. But learn how to fade with one clipper. If you decide to choose Wahl, Babyliss, whatever you go with, Andis, whatever you go with, stick to it so you can learn with that first. After you learn with that, then you can start playing around and have different clippers. But don't buy a bunch of clippers. I noticed when barbers are new out there, they're so excited and they want to get equipment, they buy everything, and then they get super confused because one clipper is not cutting better than the other. So if you're in barber school or something like that, stick to one clipper. And also, don't go with cheap clippers. Go with something that's quality. You want to make sure you don't go with cheap clippers. Don't go to like Walmart, buy clippers and want to be a professional barber. It's fine to go to Walmart and buy clippers. If you want to just cut your own hair at home, that's cool. But if you want to be a professional barber, try to buy professional tools and get used to them, because, they say it's not the clipper, it's the barber. But when you're just starting out, you want to make sure that you get something quality. And then when you get to that point, you could probably cut hair with any clipper. Tip number 4, which goes with tip number 3, know your clips. Understand what every clip does. So as you're cutting hair, like I said, take your time, use a bigger clip on clients, and understand how much hair that clip takes off. So get to know your clips, because your clips are very important. I know your clipper is important, but your clips are very important. The clips are going to determine how much hair comes off the head, which is very important for fading, okay, and for any type of haircut. Tapering, which is technically fading. So get to know your clips, very important. Tip number 5, which should be on every barber's list, whether you're a new barber or old barber, go over your work. Always go over your work, because sometimes no matter how good you are and how much of a veteran you are, you can leave lines in the head that you probably won't notice. So go over it. Don't rush the client out the chair. Go over it. Make sure you look at what you did before you take off that cape. So go over your work. Make sure your fades are nice and clean. Get the neck. Make sure when you take off the cape, you get, at the bottom of the neck. Make sure there's no hair left behind the ears. Very important spot as well. Okay, guys, those are our top 5 tips on how to get better at fading hair. If you guys like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And again, if you guys need products, go to EasyBladeShavingProducts.com. Jay here from EasyBlade. I will talk to you guys soon.